I'm farming tusk thumpers right now. How is your evening going?
Good evening, one and all. It is Sunday, it's the end of the week. It is time for us to be jumping into some more good old Warframe. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope you're doing well where you are around the world. Immediately, thank you out to a couple people in the community here. We've got Mirai with the 5 gifted subs, going out to Brianator DK1996, to Cup Noodle, to Kyloren, to J-Bone MD, and to Jozu. Mirai, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs there, much appreciated. And then we have Liv with the 11-month resub, farming to song pubs. I hope it goes well for you. They can be a pain to find at times, but I'm sure you'll get what you are looking for, absolutely. Cheers. And then, of course, we do have a hydrate as well. Cheers. A triple sip to get us started. Teeny tiny little sips, I'll be honest, because that is still a very hot cup of tea. And Mantis wanting some green lights behind us. Boop. Green lights it is. Simple as that. There we go. Alright then. Oh, nope, I'm not finished apparently. You're not finished. We have Dalen Argenta subscribing with their Prime, up onto 6 months.
Hello there, 07.
And we have Meridek subscribing at Tier 1 up onto 14 months. Thank you both, Dalen and Meridek there. Appreciate it from both of you as well. I hope you're doing well. Dalen with that lovely golden badge now. Cheers. Is there a hype train? There is indeed a hype train. We are through level 2, 28% of the way through level 3 of said hype train. So if there's anyone who is wondering about getting hype train emotes, now would be the time. Dragonfire, again, want to thank you for your Warframe monster stat blocks. I'm actually going to be using them in a campaign soon. That's brilliant. Hope you enjoy it. I did check up onto my my website tracker, and it turns out that over 10,000 copies have been downloaded. 10,000 times it's been downloaded from my site. And that doesn't even count if people are just sharing the file from friend to friend, something like that. 10,000 of y'all. So if I don't start hearing some stories soon about how they've ended up in campaigns and whatnot, I'm going to be mighty miffed because I want to hear those stories, alright? Share that love. I'm glad it's been quite so well received. Of course, there's been some comments here or there which ain't been 100% on level, but most of the comments which haven't been, oh my god, this is amazing, has been things to tune off, oh, but there was this other system, which, let's face it, there's always another system. But I made it for D&D. I made it compatible with that. So yeah. But I'd say even breach containment is spreading around the D&D memes subreddit. It's gone on to D&D memes? Crikey, I didn't think it had gone that far. I did notice that something popped up on my feed from D&D memes, and there was just a Warframe comment at the top of that, but I didn't see that my stuff got there. Nice. Greta saying, ran a one-shot yesterday with Warframes. My players did indeed run in fear. Hopefully one day they can challenge that fear and take on a challenge to defeat a Warframe in battle. Perhaps today is not the day, though. Perhaps not. Because Warframes are pretty powerful. They are indeed that. Right, today I intend to be having a look at one of these Warframes that got some changes recently. That is, of course, Nyx. Now, this isn't the first time we've had Nyx on screen since the changes, but I do intend to have a further look and see what we can really get out of that.
How are we today?
Good evening, Dark Wolf, as well. Thank you very much for resubscribing that up onto 14 months. I'm doing well, and I hope you're doing well yourself. Absolutely. Cheers indeed for the resub. It was in that comment chain. Ah, fair. Yeah. The further it spreads, the happier I shall be. Honestly, I hope that it spreads far enough that at some point someone goes, hey Ken, I heard you're into D&D as well as Warframe. Have you seen this document that's been going around? Just completely oblivious to who wrote it. If it goes far enough, that's going to be possible. Mantis, thank you very much for the 5 gifted subs out to community as well. That is amazing right there. That's gone out to Real Power, to Malek, to Titan C, to On Their Line, and to Jingles94. Mantis, thank you very much for that there. Much appreciated. And I hope you're doing well as well today, Mantis. Hope you are absolutely flying your ships with maybe not reckless abandon. I mean, we did well enough with that on Friday, didn't we? It was a good roam we had. It was a bit of a quiet one, but it ended very well. Next was the first prime you ever made. Hey, fair do. First prime I ever made was Equinox. Yeah. You have an LU Scout? When you say LU Scout, are you perhaps moving your other ship down because no one was hauling it? Because it was kind of weird that contract sat as long as it did. But yeah, anyway, enough EVE Online stuff right now. We can talk that another time. Everyone else here has no idea what's going on with that. Captain Sweatpants 676, thank you very much for subscribing with your Prime as well. Welcome on in once again, and now you've got that lovely gold badge next to your name. Cheers. Cheers indeed. Right, so, with Nyx, we have these 4 different abilities. I have to switch to config B because config A has dispensary on it. We've got mind control, we have got psychic bolts, we have got chaos, and we have got absorb. These abilities are still fundamentally the same as they have been for donkey's years. They've just been around doing their thing. The biggest thing that has changed about Nyx overall, like there's been feature changes on mind control, feature changes on psychic bolts, feature changes on how chaos and absorb work exactly, but the single biggest thing has to be the change to the passive. No longer is it just a little bit of slightly less detectability. Passives these days are becoming stronger and stronger, much more build making rather than just present. Nyx gains plus 40% critical chance on primary and secondary weapons per confused enemy within affinity range, up to plus 200%. How many years is 1 human year converted to donkey years? I don't know, I tried to ask them, but they were an ass about it. But yeah, that is a lot of crit that we have to work with there, but it requires us to have enemies confused, which, fun fact, we can just irradiate them, and that'll do the trick. What's affinity range? So affinity range...
Another pun? How humiliating.
Cheers, Grilla. Affinity range is, by default, a 50-meter range around you. You can increase it with various aspects, like, for example, you can use Vazarin on the Focus Call. That one has Mending Unity to increase it up to 75 meters. There are the Phosphor Flares. I believe they triple your affinity range. And affinity range can be even larger in other locations. But broadly speaking, affinity range in most missions, most of the time, is going to be 50 meters. You can tell if a player's in affinity range of you because you'll have that affinity range symbol next to them on your heads-up display. It's not as easy to tell if an enemy is within affinity range because usually that doesn't really matter. So I imagine there's going to be UI elements we can have a look at. And to test that, I am literally just going to grab good old Kuvanukor, head on down and see what happens. Let's go very quickly into the sim. Let's start checking out some feature broad aspects of the sim and then see what we can cook up on Nyx here. If you use now just Radprox, it is nice to have it all in one place, isn't it? Yeah. Dark Wolf. Oh. Yeah. Managed to do 2 things in one there. Alrighty, I should make sure that Worm is defanged. Yes, it is. Good, good, good. We have just a bunch of Arid Trooper Eximus. So far, well, nothing. But if I go... Radiation procs are on them. Nothing on the UI. Now, maybe it's something to do with Overguard. So let's get not Overguarded enemies. Let's go with Elite Lancers. There we are. Now it's showing on the UI. Now that is interesting. That is interesting. So does that mean that despite a Radproc hitting them, Eximus Overguard protects them from the effects of confusion? I mean, I imagine it does. I just completely forgot if that's the case. If I spawn in a whole bunch of Xmas again. Get them all irradiated. And do that. Did I not unpause them? Did I accidentally turn off Steel Path and not pause? Yeah. Oopsies. So I want to see if they're attacking each other. And kindly not. Doesn't look like it, no. So yeah, they don't get confused. What's Overguard? You see this grey border around their hit points? That's Overguard. Overguard protects from crowd control effects, and in this case, that counts as them. So yeah, looks like Xmas are immune to that. That's fine. It's worth double checking. So if we just go with heavy gunners, we could be like, hey, I'm just gonna go whiz goosh. 200% crit. And if I have damage numbers on, I could see that crit. And based on the fact that I am getting mostly non-crits, that shows me it is a modded bonus. Cool. No, they're slowly drilling into each other. Let's just go pop, stay confused. Yeah. As you can see, that is doing a pretty decent job. Oh, okay, one's flying all the way over here. It's not the fastest killer, enemy to enemy, but it does get some work done, although they will still pay attention to you as well from time to time. Now, the confusion effect lasts for quite a while. Is it still irradiating this one? I think it is, yeah. It's just the others are no longer confused. Oh. I was looking for the mercy kill, but okay, I guess we'll do that instead. So yeah, this is where Psychic Bolts obviously comes in for armor stripping. Because that's going to start killing them very quickly. What with no armor in the way to protect them. And we should be seeing it, yep, there it is, spreading the effect as well. So that when one dies, whilst under the effect of Psychic Bolts, it spreads that effect to others nearby. So that has cleaned through a whole bunch of them. Nice. Shane posts Steel Path, how much damage comes from weapons compared to frames? Is it? It's not Dave? Can I take back seat? It comes down to the type of abilities you're working with. If it is a older school style flat damage ability, oh yeah, absolutely. Abilities usually only scale off of strength, and if they do only scale off strength, they either start amazing and become weak, or they start okay and then just become completely forgettable. Absolutely, no getting around that. Many abilities which can be modded beyond mere strength, or have scaling beyond mere strength, now those can actually get work done. I appreciate we're getting damage number pop-ups from these guys shooting each other. You know, I didn't even pay attention to that. Was that indeed them shooting each other? Or was that me damaging them? No, yeah, it is them shooting each other. So yeah, you're seeing the damage I've caused via my ability. Ah, okay. You know, that just didn't even occur to me. Yeah. No Raffles or Daisy Train. So, DE is still kind of coming back from holiday. It was DE that authorised and run the Black Raffles. So, until that is back, there won't be the Black Raffle. Very simply. This is nice. Now, we're not seeing every damage hit because there is a limit to the number of damage hits we can see at once on screen, but we are seeing a lot of them. And it gives us some insight into, as well, the very nature of the damage that they can cause. That's pretty neat. And now if I do this... We'll just scoop it up a little bit. And bang. That was not what I was hoping for. Try that again. Remember the damage multiplied by ramp procs? I recall. Bonk. That was a little bit better. No, no, don't do finisher. Do that. There we are. Yeah, it turns out weapons are still effective. Who knew? Who knew? Absorb does damage in cone shape. That's a question. Let's have a look. If I get into the middle of the group here. And then... Nope, there was damage all around me. Damage all around me. And it could go to once a timeout. Okay, fair enough. We can certainly provision that for you. Enjoy your time. 2035. There we are. Okay. So. With those absolute basics, we do indeed see the crit comes in. It is a modded crit bonus, which is standard for all passives. It's the same on Urayli, it's the same on Zephyr, there's probably others I'm not even thinking about right now, but it is, again, a modded crit bonus. So, let's have a look at Mind Control. I've currently got it augmented with Mind Freak. Let's see what that does with it, actually. I've got the Felarx here, which should be able to pump out a fair chunk of damage. I'm going to keep myself invincible for the moment, because we're just testing. So if I go like that on you... Yeah, so it looks like she's getting a bit of work done. We then add on that. Okay, yeah. Keep firing. Go on. Yep. Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that's juicy. Please, more. No, get closer than that. And it's applying radiation with every single hit as well, so that needs taken into account. No, don't melee. Use your gun. That's it. Yeah. AI derpiness, not the greatest. When the AI is actually using its gun like a gun, dangerous. Very dangerous. I mean, just look at that. Now, granted, they are armor stripped, and granted, this is non-steel path, so you don't have the hit point boost, but it's still effective. And one more to finish it. No, wait, actually, a few more. Come on, you've only got a couple seconds left on you. Kill these ones, please. There we go. You've done good work. You've done very good work. You've taken them all out, demonstrated what Nyx is capable of. I think your time here is done. Oh, I didn't die. There we are. Okay. So, first thing to consider is the bonus damage scaling. Now, as you saw there, it had like 3000% on it, which is kind of bonkers, but at the same time, you need that kind of scaling for it to even matter. By default, if we just take off the orbment here. So by default, it doesn't say, but I think it starts at a base 750% that isn't modified by strength. In fact, I don't think anything about this ability, according to the wiki at least, nothing about this ability is normally modified by strength. But Mind Freak can be modified by it. So if I just cast this to grab one of them. Yeah, it starts at 750% flat, and I would need to damage it to scale that up. Also, goddamn, 2-minute duration? Yeah, sure, let's just keep that alive. How about it? And then, if we slap on the augment mod again, where does it start now? (2,600%) with this setup. Okay. Well, if it started at 2,600, I didn't really add a lot to it, did I? And in that short time, it did 196,000 damage to the opponents. Sweet. Yeah, so let's have a look at that. So, Mind Freak plus 1,000 is actually plus 1,850 with my 185% strength. Add on your 750, there is your starting amount, yeah. Okie dokie then. Now, according to the wiki, some clever clogs have done some looking into the mathematics, and apparently the percent damage bonus conversion rate is 750% the base, plus the square root of 6 multiplied by your damage. Which is a curious figure. Because it is a square root, getting a substantial increase is actually relatively difficult. Because if we want to say have, with this current setup here, I'm giving it 2,600%. If we wanted 2,600% again, first assuming that we're talking square of 26, no, is it 2,600? I'm gonna have to check that. Yeah, if it's the square of 2,600 is what we need, that means we'd need to be applying 6.7 million damage to get that to double up. That's not a small amount of damage to ask. Like, this Felox here does not put out that amount of damage. Not even close. At least not quickly enough. What I can do is I can grab something kind of redonkulous like the Burston, because this thing just shits out damage. Maybe that can get us our scaling just to demonstrate more than anything. Pause the AI. If I get some stacks on this, get some charge. There we go. Choose you. Okay, yeah, 10,700%. That did a little bit more. That did a little bit more, didn't it? Okay. So if I unpause those AI and send out some psychic bolts. Are you okay. Let's try it again. You there. 6,000% because stacks have run out and stuff, but it's fine. Shoot. Please shoot. Thank you. Oh god, just instantly drills them to death. How about with this armored one at a distance? Now, at a distance, the heavy gunners do become quite pathetic. But it's still getting work done. It's still getting work done. Alright. If you peel an Xmas Overguard and Mind Control them, can you boost their ability damage? Not sure on that. That said, Jade's Beam is already pretty powerful in itself, because enemies don't really actively try to dodge it. Okay. I would like to get a few oh god, yeah, already rad procs. Just get some of that. 8,000% this time. Okay. Send out that, and just the blappening happens. Go on, shoot. It's like 3 bullets to kill. That's impressive. That is genuinely impressive. Okay. If you affect the mind control target with 10 rad procs, does it affect the mind control damage as well? Good question. It'll be the damage that they deal is boosted. So if I cast this here, now they're all rad proc. That should increase the damage. Can you kindly not be all the way over there? I want to see what this shoots next. Yeah, even with armor, it is absolutely chewing through them. If I take away the armor, it's just death. It's just death. Now, where can you find the square root 6 equation? So it's on the wiki. Mind control. Of course it wouldn't be in-game. That'd be giving you information to work with in-game. Games don't do that these days. It's all on wikis. Yeah, clones, companions, all of that lot, they can be a bit silly if not well controlled. Can you give it a buff with Shock Trooper or similar? I don't currently know. But we can certainly try and have a look into that. Let's see. Now with these here, do I have another subsumed ability? Not currently. What can we try that with? I wonder if Cytonine's ability would work with that. Cytonine second. Because I wonder if the guaranteed proc with a secondary hit would trigger. Like, they reload guns, so maybe. Courier say at least Warframe has the equations available. Well, I mean, players have figured them out. That's what it comes down to. People have systematically shot the target over and over with different weapons, grabbed a few data points, and drawn a line, and then tested a few other data points against that. Cytonine being reduced to an ammo caddy for his minion would be funny. I mean, he doesn't have to do only that, but it would certainly be something that he could do. The question is, what would you subsume to do on it? Do it that way? Do you take away his sniper rifle? You can't take away his invisibility, that's just death. And removing his sensors just feels cruel. That's a hard decision. In any case, the whole squaring aspect, it does mean that there are various limits that cannot be ignored in terms of how much damage you can apply. If I grab this here, let's switch weapons to something with a very consistent strike, the good old Foreman. There we go, unmodded, flat 500 damage. So I'm going to mind control this one. 500 gave us a 54% increase. So 500 times 6, square root that, is indeed 54.77. So yeah, it is just straight up your damage times 6, square root it, and that number is the percent that gets added to the bonus. Which means that this 2,600 I'm starting with is, in effect, the same as having put 6.7 million damage into the target. Or, taking into account that you could start with a 750% without using the augment, that would be instead putting 3 million damage into the target. Yeah. And 3 million damage in, was it 2 seconds? 3 seconds. So 1,000,000 damage per second is a pretty tall order for early game, certainly. So that shows the value of what that can provide, plus it provides an attack speed and movement speed buff, which just sheer damage can't replicate. So that does give a strong case for strength on mind control. Very strong case for it. But without it, it's useless. Just curious. Okay. Now, looking beyond that, Psychic Bolts. This one I talked about a little bit on a previous stream, but just going down the deets of it. We've got a debuff of defense reduction, that's just amazing. We've got a gain of armor from enemies if you strike armored enemies. Practically doesn't really matter all that much. It's not going to last a long time. It's a small amount of increase per enemy, and you shouldn't really be armor tanking as Nyx anyway, considering that Nyx lacks a health restore option as part of its kit. The shield restore is nice, but it will only apply if you've got shielded enemies around. The overguard steal is nice, but again only applies if you've got overguard enemies around. The question is, how much overguard does it take? I haven't actually looked into that yet. If I just grab a single Xmas, what happens to your overguard when I cast this? Can't help but notice pretty much the entire overguard is there. If not the entire overguard. I thought I was stealing overguard. Apparently I'm just copying it. Does that still happen on a level 1? Like, does it just not remove overguard? But anomalously still copies it? No, it is removing overguard. Okay, I guess it's just removing up to a certain amount of it. If I had to guess. What's that 92? Increased armor. Oh, yeah. Temporary armor increase. It's like if this was a level 10, would it remove the overguard fully still? Yup. Okay. Let's jump to level 30. Try again. Because overguard is only tied to level, if I remember correctly. Ah, wow, that was only a slight drop. Okay. That was tiny. I might be able to get only as far as maybe level 15. Okay, no, 15 does still fully pop, but it's somewhere between 50 and 30, which is not a very large window of it actually mattering, so again, it's still a little weird. Yeah, 15 is a full strip of overguard, 20 is not even halfway down. There we are then. Yeah, somewhere around level 17-ish. It's not very far into the star chart where Nyx stops full stripping overguard, even with this strength. So that is something to bear in mind there, absolutely. Yeah, the main use of the overguard gain is obviously the overguard gate that it gives you, and whilst you have those overguard hit points, it does also give you status immunity, which includes self-knockdown. So there are absolutely bits and pieces to that. But the actual removal from the enemies is almost irrelevant. In fact, I dare say it's actually irrelevant. Overguard's only linked to enemy level? I believe so, yes. In the vast majority of cases, certainly when it comes to Xmas, I think Xmas just have a flat equation for overguard for level, rather than being a per faction basis. Whereas health, armor, and shield scaling have their own stuff. You imagine 95 is the max it takes? Considering that's the amount that we steal, it does seem likely, yes. Because the others aren't noted as a steal, the armor buff is just an armor per enemy, the shield is a shield restore rather than shield steal. So yeah. I think it is just a token bonus for striking the overguarded enemies. It's not meant to hurt their overguard, it just takes it. The fact that it takes any at all from them is almost weird, because it means that below level 20 it actually does something. Even at 20 it takes like 40%, but once you get to level 30, at that point the ability might as well not take any overguard. It's just an odd one. It's just one of those odd little bits. Overguards, 100% overguard strip would be fairly strong. Oh yeah, it would be absolutely ridiculously strong, especially on a crowd control frame. I was just curious as to where it's at. Was it 100%? Was it similar to the speed decrease, so maybe only 37%? Where was it in the line? Did it deal 0 overguard damage? Instead, it's the weirdest of all of them, that it is a flat value steal in a game where enemies don't tend to have hundreds of hit points at that level. At the levels we care about, anyway. It's fine. I'm not saying it's broken, problematic, or anything like that. It's just one of those weirder choices. It's there. Not sure why it's there, but it's there. The armor one makes less sense, though. The speed decrease against the infested, it's okay. It's nothing I'm going to really be focusing on too much. It's kind of more a present thing. It gives you a token bonus, all considered. You've also got the Pacifying Bolt's Orbment, which, by the way, let's rank that up. So, hits an additional few enemies, guaranteed radiation effect. Enemies struck are confused for an amount of time, so it's just setting the status duration on it, which is fine. Absolutely fine. Nice to have it for a little getting status immunity. Yeah, that's literally what it comes down to. It is just a bit of status immunity, and more than the armor, it actually gives you something. The overguard giving you that status immunity, it tells you, so long as you avoid being hit for these few hundreds of hit points, and a few hundreds of hit points does matter, so long as you avoid being hit for these few hundreds of hit points, you can just enjoy status immunity. That's a big damn deal. With repeat cast, you can cast and cast and cast and cast and cast. If you manage to keep on avoiding damage entirely all the way up to your overguard max, you can have a pretty substantial buffer, which is going to far eclipse any benefit you can get from armor on this frame. Yeah, when you use Nix's 4 Absorb, it protects your health and shields, it doesn't protect overguard. A curious choice, I'll be honest, it is a curious one, but that's just the way the game's designed. We have to work with what's designed because it's not like any of us can change it. If you look at the situation here between the overguard and armor, max armor 1850. If we add that to the armor we've got here, that's a total of 135 on top, 1985 armor. That's just shy of what my Lavos has. So if you max out the armor, which is 50 enemies targeted, I think. Oh wait, no, 40 enemies targeted. So if you manage to get to that 40 enemy armor stack, then you'll have 1985 armor with this current setup. And with that amount of armor, you get an absolutely amazing damage reduction of 86.9%. Which, if I run it through the other way around, we take our health and divide it by what's left. Effectively, that would give Nyx 2,818 health. 2,818. For comparison, the Overguard max, which is achievable with, let's see here, just 15 targets, not 40, is 13,875, whilst also providing you status immunity. And being something you can regenerate, and it has an overguard gate. So we're talking the difference between target 40 enemies, get to 2.8k health, or target 15 overguarded enemies, and I believe you can target them repeatedly because you're barely touching their overguard, and get to many thousands more. And the other thing is that armor scales poorly with itself. Every point of extra armor is not a point extra damage reduction, whereas Overguard, it's just a flat value. So more strength will give you better Overguard return than it will give you better armor return. In total, the armor on this is pretty much to be ignored. And it doesn't have a duration like the armor. Good question, actually. Let's test that. I don't actually know. So if I just... I'm going to have a really long duration on this, aren't I? 28 seconds. So I've got some overguard now. 3,620. If I recast... Didn't go up. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Wait. Targeting the same enemies does not bring it up again? That's a surprise, because it targets them. I genuinely expected this one to be fully overguard stripped by now, but no, it's not given me more overguard. It's not recast or retargeted it. And the overguard comes back? Okay, I've kept my overguard, but... can you remove Psychic Bolts by holding the button? Oh, let me cast it in the direction of something. No, it just casts it again. But I can cast it away from them, and that removes it. Okay, let's just remove an item just to reset the frame. My overguard is not reset. Okay, let's reload the simulacrum. Shezbot, we're far from done. Please don't try and analyze the build right now. We're testing the mechanics, not the build. Start a stream, dude. Start a stream. Alright, so let's spawn in a bunch of these. There we go. No overguard at the moment. Cast that onto them. Our overguard hits 4,625. Very nice. We picked up the max that we can catch from each of them. So if I check the abilities here. Yeah, 925 each. That adds up to what we're looking at. Cool. So even on level 20, it's easy to get that max per overguarded enemy. Per Xmas, that is. So that's cool. But in just a moment it's going to run out. They're going to regain their overguard again. There it is. They regain their armor. They regain their overguard, but I still keep my overguard as well. Okay. I wonder if that's a feature of me being currently invulnerable, because the idea of them getting it back but I keep it just also feels odd. Oh, not that button. You know resets work. I'm going to switch frame. That also didn't get rid of the overguard. God damn it. Back to the relay. Now it should steal more? That's a good question, Emotional Potion. Does it steal more if it fully expires versus just recasting during it? That's a good question. Can you get my opinion on an idea for a Zephyr build? We're not looking at Zephyr right now, sorry. Okay, so coming back to this. Does Outer Bounds remove overguard? I don't think it does, no. It removes it on Rhino, but that's because Rhino is weird. Rhino has it as an active ability. Okay, so. Overguard cast. Yep, they've all taken their bits. We're at 46.25 at the moment. Just going to wait for the duration to run out on that one. See how it comes together. Wish to get into Simfire Orbiter. Yeah, Samaras probably wishes it too. Just sees all those people appearing in. He's like, "Oh, 100!" Blip! Straight out into the simulacrum. Poor guy. Poor guy. Okay. A little bit longer on this. Look at that. 4,625 overguard, and I got 231 armor. Also, pause menu paused the armor buff apparently, but it didn't pause. That's weird. So yeah, anyway, I keep the overguard. They've got theirs back. If I recast now, I don't gain more overguard? What? But if I spawn in a new one, it tracks that one and gives me more overguard for that single one. So it keeps a track as to which one you've hit ever with Psychic Bolts, even though it undoes the steal. Why? If you're going to give it back to them, and we can take it, that just seems weird. I mean, granted, in the time, it should have run out, but it means if you're running a shorter duration, or just haven't killed that one, some weirdy, schmeardy something has gone on, you recast, and you just don't get the overguard you're expecting. That's weird. That just feels weird. That the enemy gets these hit points back. These are hit points. And it gets them back. Non-regenerating hit points. It's not like it shields. We don't get... Nyx, you're confusing me. That's an odd one. Surely I'm not the only one who finds that odd. Okay, so, Alright, we'll leave that one there for the moment. We'll leave that one there. At the end of the day, them gaining back the overguard, once you're at like level 30 plus, isn't going to matter, because it's going to be such a small amount of it. It's the fact that a recast can't re-steal feels odd. Because there's no visible reason that target can't be a target anymore. I'm going to say hard to test, maybe, but what if you lost the overguard you stole before recasting it? Good question. Let's see if we can find out. Let's unpause the AI, and then I'll run for my life once my overguard runs out. A little bit more. A little bit more. Run! Yep, we're good. Okay. Cast. Nope, did not give me any more. Ow. So yeah, it's not even a case of it still having the original overguard, it's just straight up no. So it's niche, but it does show if you don't deal with that target, then trying to deal with it later could leave you not getting overguard when you expected to. This could be relevant, for example, if you are going through a spy mission, because it will teleport enemies ahead of you as you progress through the mission if you've killed only some of them but not the others. That's how it manages to fill up the mission with enemies. It doesn't constantly respawn new ones. You'll notice this if you say damage or status block an enemy and move far away from it in a spy mission, you'll then move towards an enemy already damaged or taking damage in front of you. It's not often you'll see it, but it can exist. And considering Nyx is an evasive frame, you may experience that. So something to bear in mind. Still removes the amount on recast. It does, Ellie, but the removal on cast, we've already determined, is, for all intents and purposes, pointless. Because if you're against a level 20 or lower enemy, where you actually notice the removal, they're a level 20 or lower enemy, who cares? Just hit them once with an unmodded sword, they'll fall over. Yeah. Anchorman saying, I guess it's done to make it bounce of Alter. Does Alter even keep Overguard? I don't think you can cast Blood Alter on an overguarded enemy because it's crowd control. I think you just can't do that. Goblin saying, weird, unimportant thing. Can you lower the health of an Xmas so low that you can execute it, but they still have Overguard? Then can you execute it? I think the mercy threshold should run out by that point, but I like what you're asking and I want to know as well. So what we can do is I can sap the Overguard partially, take it out of that. I might have done this a little bit too quick because okay, yeah, I've not hit the threshold, so it's good. So I'm going to let the duration get low, get to that mercy threshold, and then let the Overguard turn back on. This is super, super niche, but I also want to know. No, that was not a mercy, but it removed it. I saw that the icon was removed, the option was removed. So yes, you do need to actually deal with all of their overguard still in order to actually mercy, yeah. But that is a curious niche case. So the overguard returning can block you from doing a mercy kill. But at the same time, the overguard that's returning is going to be piss all anyway. It's a few hundred hit points. No one cares on that side, at least. It just feels weird. It just feels weird. Anyway. It's weird we're all going to move on and accept. It's not that big of a deal. Overall, that is pretty much the extent of Psychic Bolts we have to worry about. I suppose the other thing is... how does the spread happen? How does it choose where to spread to? So let's grab a whole bunch of these guys. Whole bunch, paused, level 20. Let's have a look. Do I stream with Warframe opened, or I think it should be avoided for whatever reason? If I am cracking relics and I remember to open it before stream, I'll run it on stream, yeah. Alright, so this one's affected. The spread went over there. Spread went over here. Now spread's coming down this way. What if I shoot this one at the back here? That one affected this one, and where did the other bolt go? And the one at the back there. That's curious. Now these two, if I shoot you, it's gone here and here. Okay. That is a curious target selection. It's not quite nearest. No, that wasn't even remotely close to nearest. Yeah. And it's not like we can say it's closest to point of view as well. So I was looking over there, it chose one at the back and one at the front. It will choose ones that aren't affected by the looks of it, so that's good. It's not wasting any bolts. It prefers nearby, but is otherwise somewhat random in that decision. Or maybe we're just not seeing the exact mathematics it's using, where nearest might not appear to be the correct choice. Yeah, they went all the way across because we're running out of enemies. Which is absolutely fine. I can finish running out of enemies to shoot. You think it's just random, unaffected within range? No, I do think there is a proximity effect to it. There's got to be a proximity effect, because look at this. If I aim this down here, which did target the nearest to that cone, if I then pop this one, it's these two here. If I pop this one, same again, it's still nearby. Still nearby. Still nearby. It's not always the absolute nearest, but it's not jumping all the way down the far end. So it is somewhat proximity based. Also, these ones are weak enough that I could just kill them with a headshot anyway. But, who's measuring? Okay. Nearest ignoring enemies already affected is not quite nearest, as I've literally just demonstrated, but it is using very near. There's some wobble going on, which is again curious, but is preferring nearer. Okay. That is pretty much the extent of everything to consider with Psychic Bolts in the theoretical sense. Chaos is just confusing enemies nearby. Does the wiki have any special notes on that one? I don't imagine there's too much to be said about it. Spends the energy, causes things to stop doing its stuff to help allies. Illusion of Nyx appears near them. Enemies can still target Tenno if you're too close. Makes sense. Cameras and drones can still detect player. Yup. Chaos ends early if all effective enemies are dead. Can be recast. Ending the effects of the previous cast. Yeah. Nothing special to it whatsoever, really. It's just rad procs everywhere with extended duration. That's fine. Is the Chaos Augment worth it? Interesting question. Let's have a look. Chaos Augment is this one. Chaos Sphere. First, let's just rank it up because I can. Enemies entering the effect range will be inflicted with Chaos. Effect range lasts for 50% the duration and shrinks over time. Oh. Is that worthwhile? Oh, it was a Felox build? It was actually a testing build, so don't worry about it. Maybe it's for defense missions? I can see it to an extent, but the thing with defense missions, you kind of want the enemies to be pouring in. You don't really want this kind of crowd control in a defense mission. Or if you do, you might be struggling more with the defense mission than you probably should be. This is an unfortunate part of crowd control, is crowd control in itself is kind of a DPS loss. Nix's CC is better for them just killing themselves, if they're killing themselves at a reasonable rate. Mobile defense, I suppose. I'll be honest, I don't focus too much on mobile defense because the game mode sucks and its reward sucks. Hey, tell me right now, what is the reward for playing a mobile defense mission? Outside of special missions that just happen to be mobile defense, what is the reward for playing mobile defense? The correct answer is it's a survival mission without the round reward. You get to kill endless enemies pouring into you. That's it. So, to that extent, yeah, you can just hold them off, but the ability overall just doesn't feel that amazing. And when you consider that mind control also spreads radiation procs now, I'm not sure on how I feel about that. Also, these throw additional bolts with guaranteed radiation effect. Yeah. Enemies struck are confused for 10 seconds. Does this also spread the radiation to enemies which are hit by the secondary sparks? Now, it's not going to affect Eximus in the same way, but we can still see the rad effect. I didn't see where those bolts went. There we are. Yes! The spread does spread radiation. So you can even use that on them. So I suppose if you want to do that, you can do that. You can just shut things down. By the same token, if you're going to do that, you could just do limbo and just pause the entire room. There's certainly a trade-off to be had there. Not sure if it's one I like too much. Because it's not even like you are affecting the whole area. It's half the area at the start and shrinks over time. Let's have a look at that shrinkage. If I just cast this here, how fast is that shrinking? I mean, that's not a tiny amount of shrink, is it? Also, no duration showing on the ability. Cool. That's not a tiny amount of shrink. That's... Granted, I'm on a low range setup at the moment, but we're noticing that. What if I switch from low range to high range? We go overextended. Where is it? There you are. Now what happens? And this was 50% of the original range. God damn. Okay. But yeah, look at the rate that is collapsing. Holy shit. What duration do I have on that? Looks faster. Yeah, I did just take off a duration mod. Very sorry. This channel is English only because I can't actually translate other messages. I have no idea what you just said there. Yeah, so I did drop the duration down on that. Duration was still 32 seconds, so hang on. Wait, if the duration is 32 seconds... Oh, effect range lasts for 50% ability duration. Right. So it's starting at the full radius and shrinking down to nothing over half the time. Okay. Again, not sure what you're saying. Please, English only. I said, what is this? The thing is, I can't trust any translation, because translation software can be wildly inaccurate. But if that is indeed the question, we're looking at Nyx. Right, like this? I mean, if... Josu, I'm going to just put it gently. If someone is not able to understand me saying this is an English-only channel, this might not be the right channel to watch, because you're not going to understand me. I can only moderate in English. Our moderators we have on this channel can only moderate in English. While we may have moderators who are multilingual, the only language which is universal across myself and the entire moderation team is English. So I respectfully ask that people stick to English so that we always know what's being said, so that everyone watching knows what's being said. If you feel compelled to need to communicate in another language, do so with your friends or do so with a streamer who is happy with that language. But I unfortunately grew up in England, where learning other languages is a luxury, a hobby, rather than just standard fare. So, I'll be honest, looking at that Chaos and Chaos Sphere augment, it does not feel like something you want to be spending a whole mod slot on. All it's really giving you is the ability... Okay, I made this very clear. All it's giving you is the ability to not cast it again so soon if you want it to affect a smaller area that's shrinking rapidly over time. Which really just ain't great. No, that really ain't great. Because here's the thing, if it shrinks to 0 in half of the ability time, then after 1/4 of the ability time, the radius is decreased by half. With half the radius, because area is based on radius squared, you've got 1/4 of the area. So after just the first quarter of the ability is run through, you've just got 1/4 of the area left, rapidly shrinking still, centered on your spot. And if enemies are supposed to be entering into this area, they're coming from outside the area in the first place, they're not going to be at the center. The very design of this just feels wrong. Yeah. I mean, just casting it right here. I cast that. Look at how rapidly that is approaching me. Look at how quickly that is closing down. How many additional enemies spawning in waves beyond that do you think would be included in the effect here? Again, those enemies will be distracted by the ones with Radprox over there already. Nah, that augment is terrible. I can't genuinely see a use case for that augment that would be better than just having an extra range mod, duration mod, efficiency mod so you can cast more. Anything better. You swapped Chaos with Chirin Capilla. That actually sounds like a good shout, considering that Nyx is leaning into radiation proper, rather than weird pseudo-confusion effects. That's a good shout. Chirin Capilla is, dare I say Chirin Capilla might actually be better on Nyx than it is on Corvex. I know that's going to be a hot take right there, but I think that might actually be the case. A constant outpouring of radiation effects in designated locations where you want them, line of sight control on the application in the first place, so you don't have enemies just waiting off in the wings somewhere. Multiple placements of it. Compared to Corvex, who's like, well, yeah, you know, we could put that radiation out there, or I could just beam and just do it without the pillar. Local performance is better Nyx. Loki 4th augment does something different. You got raid with disarm. It's a radiating disarm. Yeah, so disarm and then a radiation. Yeah, I see that actually. Yeah, they actually step very close. I'll give you that. They're very close. Isn't it in the helmet? Yeah, that's the whole point. Someone's saying they were subsuming it, so I can go grab that. Let's head on out. So Chaos itself is nice for hitting that large radius of radiation procs. Didn't mean relay, I meant base. Whoops. It's just the Chaos Augment, which looks a bit crap. But Corvix's Pillars is definitely an option. Did I ever see the next prototype boss from Dark Sector? I did not know. Chiarika Pillar doesn't require bile. That's new. Replace Chaos on config C. Let's see what we make of it. Oh, Ryan, you do not wish Simulacrum had helmet for the other stuff it's missing, because believe you me, that place would break even more than it already does. It is a wonder that the Simulacrum does half of what we need it to, with how janky it can be. Let's just refill this hungry fella. Oh, don't cancel feed. Feed. There we are. Yeah, it was very clever. It had to happen. It had to. Alright then, so switch us over to config C. Apparently I just left a shed load of radiation and full removal? Not quite full defense removal. Okay. I don't know why this broken ass build is here, but sure. There we are, that's full removal. Let's go Energy Siphon for now. No, enemy radar. Okay, let's put a load of range on this, because I can. That'll do for now. I won't use overextended because that would hurt other aspects of it. So Chirinka Pillar with this is going to have a 40 meter radius. It's 2 pillars. I misremembered it as 3. Never mind. But it's got a 72-second duration with this setup. That's not nothing to sniff at. Let's just have a feel as to how that looks in Simulacrum, and then we can consider where builds can go from there on that. Hello, Queen. Welcome on in. So yeah, drink a pillar. You've got the whole group of them like this. You could just go to BAP! And yeah, look at that. That's covering that entire group of them. And they're level 20, so it's going to kill them. That's just funny. That just feels better. So I can just leave that over there now. And instead of having them, we can switch to those good old heavy gunners. Give them a few more levels. They're all irradiated. And they're all busy with each other now. Add that to the fun of it. Get this in here as well. And we'll just leave them to it. No, don't join me. Kill them. I mean, this just seems an improvement. This genuinely just seems an improvement overall. Let's just get rid of that one. Enjoy the extra crits. Drinker pillars run out, so we'll just pop a new one down. There we go. Easy peasy. Actually, you know what? Whilst we're at it, let's pop one here too. Cool, I can cover an even larger area. And this just maintains itself. There we go. That's got a bunch of those all affected there. I'm just going to leave them to it. Just going to... Oh. Very nice. Very nice. No further comments. Leave them to it. This is dumb. You love it? Oh, we haven't even got to the 4th yet. Yeah, they're still just going at it. They don't give the slightest damn about me. I could just leave these pillars up for ages. Oh yeah, Trinka pillar has a very good duration for this kind of setup. It is just gonna keep going. And genuinely, I'm looking at my passive as well. This just... I don't think I'm wrong about it. This is the better ability for Nyx than for Corvex. Thematically, it's Corvex's ability, but functionality-wise, this is just for Nyx. Yeah, Gorilla, yeah. If Chaos Sphere was instead Chaos Aura, it held its radius and just followed you, I could see that being valuable to Nyx, yeah. Don't the pillars also ignore walls? I don't think they ignore walls, no. So, like, if I place this... Oh. Didn't mean to do that. If I place this here... Ah, they can see it over the top. Never mind. Bad example. Let's... For this, I'm going to go to a different simulacrum. Yeah, Corvex's one on Corvex has a limited use case. Definitely a limited use case. But if we go with Citadel Simulacrum, what I'll do is place this pillar right here. That should have no LOS down there. Should be the operative word. If I spawn in a bunch of these now, they'll come running down. Or they'll shoot me from long range, that's fine too. Yeah, you can see they're not being affected until they step forward. So it is LOS as well. But for small cover, it's generous because it's a whole tower. But now look at that. That's going to start spreading the pain. Add in this, and we add in that. And this is without the augment on that one as well, so it's not got the fire rate buff, speed buff, or additional starting damage buff. It'd be nice if it did something. You know, I can see you through the wall being lazy. Can you do something? Hello? Hello? Alright, she's on a lunch break. Yup. Sometimes they do that. They really shouldn't. I get that they do, but they really, really shouldn't. Okay, so he's firing at the ones down here. Fair enough. Let's weaken those ones. Give it some more to work with. Now they're having a rave. Now she's dealing with the ones up there. Can I tell her to attack... Did I just switch mind control target? Wait, is that a thing that you can just cast on a new one? Oh, I thought you just had it for the duration. Oh, okay. Well, that's not great. I thought I was about to tell it to target something specific, and instead it's like, nope, this is your new one now. Alright, I missed that note. Get smacked. Just hit them with a giant concrete pillar. It tries to aim at whatever it's aiming at. Okay. If I aim at this one, let's see what it does. How long is it going to take for this to die if I keep aiming at it? I mean, eventually it's going to finish what it's doing over one side, right? There we go. Oh, wait, no.
4 years of subscription. Worth it.
Oh my word. Now that is a long time right there. Hobbit with the 4 years of sub on this channel. Thank you very much, dude. Hope you're doing well as well. Absolutely. Cheers. Yeah, not every day you see a 4-year sub get dropped, eh? And... bop. Damn, that still didn't... This one was almost dead already. And it only took off half of the remaining health. Come on. We can do better than that. Fill me up! All the damage. It's a good thing this doesn't use energy per hit taken anymore. Yeah, that is, My control target is probably that 5 with Xmas. Maybe? Depends on how much damage it actually puts out, but maybe. But we could try that. A few of these should have died by now. That could spawn some Xmas. Xmas! Okay, none of you are 5 wave. Oh, we have Jades. Let me crack through that. Bring you to my side. There we go. So with a 1,600% bonus, how well does this Jade do? Jade Beam didn't kill that thing. But fair enough. Let's see how it goes from here. They've got some time. How are you open to Mercy Kill? Okay, that was weird. Come on, move forwards. Shoot them, beam them, use your beam. Be the Xmas you know you can be. Defy the law, defy continuity, and just beam. There it is. Okay. Yep, got the kill. Moving on to the next one. And it restarts the damage on the next one. Okay, right. So it's very much a one target kill attack, which is just kind of what we expected. So this one's now the target. Bop, 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 bop. Yep, it's dead. Okay. Let's see if I can get a fire wave one. Let's see about a fire wave. What have we got over here? Any of you? Surely one of you. Oh, Blitz could be interesting. Let me just work off those hit points. There we go. Join my side. Here's some damage bonus. $1.3k. 1.3k Blitz. I don't care if it had 90% damage reduction from armor. That's still only 13k damage. I get 13k damage with a rock. A pointy rock, but still a rock. Alright, come on. Let's go find another to attack. Oh, bollocks. Get rid of that. Come on, come up the ramp. You can't blitz from back there. Come on. Come on. 1.3k again. Alright, cool. Yeah, let's find the fire wave one. I'm probably going to be disappointed because the fire wave doesn't automatically kill every Warframe. But let's spawn in some more and see if we get a fire wave one. Nope, 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 nope. There's one. You shall join the cause. There we go. Alright, let's see. Fire wave time. I saw 40 damage. Fairly certain I saw 40 with the heat proc. That is... I mean, she's doing so much more with a gun. Yep, 40, 40. What the hell? What? What kind of JRPG bullshit is this? Boss unit joins your side. 40 damage. I don't think it gets buffed up by the bonus damage. There is no way it's 40 damage after 1,541%. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that ability damage just is completely unscaled. It's gotta be. It's absolutely gotta be just flat. So yeah. That is out. That's not an option. So Xmas might not actually be the way to go. Given that immortality is given, the hit points don't matter. So yeah, the Xmas features might just be inappropriate. Which leads me to wonder, what about a bombard? Where's our bombard just spawned in? Where is he at? God, there's just radiation procs everywhere. Where's the bombard? There he is. You mate. Join. Join the cause. There we are. 1752. Let's see what he gets. Missile launched. Couple thousand damage per hit. Okay, that's not terrible. Homing rockets with a few thousand damage. I mean, I would hope for more. And as the rad procs build up, so does the damage too. Okay. So now, if we get him to target something else, come over this way, my dude. What's he targeting? Oh, this one right here. Okay, so that's armor strip now. Go on, shoot it. Shoot it. I wonder if he suffers from the same issue as just enemies in general. Only so many of them can fire at once. I wonder if he's included in that. Is this why he's not firing right now? Because there's too many other things shooting. It might be. Yeah, so he's going to slowly chunk through that overguard up there. There we go. And he's probably going to get distracted because he's seen another target now. One that is not armor stripped. God damn it, bombard. Pick. There we go. That's getting some actual kills. Nice bit of group work. Yeah. Funny how the rad procs keep perpetuating. Well, the mind-controlled unit puts out rad procs. There's a weird geometry. Nah, this is normal behavior, I'll be honest. This is normal behavior from NPCs as allies. They will just derp around. A lot. A lot. Damn, is he really going to struggle to pop that bubble? 3, 4. Keep going. You can do it, mate. 5 rockets. 5 rockets did it. Yay. Oh, she's gone. Rip. Yeah, mind control has potential, but we're going to need to find that potential. What are the right units to pick up? If I grab just a good old Elite Lancer, Elite Lancers don't screw around, so that could be a choice. Where's he spawned in? I want to find him before he gets eviscerated, because his hit points are a lot lower. Here we go. There we are, 1745 buff on him. Yeah, look at that. That's not bad output, actually. For just basic Elite Lancer. Okay, Grenade. Grenade's going to be an interesting one. It's an ability, so I think it's going to be shit. 42k damage! For a summon, I'm actually impressed. And yeah, if we armor strip, so he's got enough to work with. Yeah, he's working through them. That's actually good output. Elite Lancer is a suitable pick. Because he just uses the goddamn gun. Do you wonder what's the most practical way of challenging mind control? Just really high damage gun. Can you take over the Severed Warden? Let's find out. Invalid target. Invalid target. You there, join my cause. Ooh, 1830. Got a little bit further. Now let's see, how quickly can he take this out? Come on, mate, you can do it. Shooty shoots. I believe in you. There's too many things firing, it's confusing him. Come on, you're the chosen Lancer. No, no, not that grenade. That grenade was bad. Now he's shooting at something else. Oh, come on. You're embarrassing yourself. Aim true and you can kill the hands. Look, one of them's already gone. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe not. I think Smite might be another subsume. It might be better on Nyx than its original frame. Yeah, I can see the potential in that as well. Maybe the Hollow Vein? What about an Anatomizer, actually? Anatomizer. Oh, thanks for that. God, that has a long range effect. I can have an Anatomizer. Okay. So how effective is the Anatomizer? AoE for a few K damage. Oh, but it also shoots like a moron. Is that going to have any effect on a flyer? No. Let's just get rid of that. It's annoying me. Yes, you use your Void Tongue at them. Use Royal, buff the damage. Look, Raw is the answer to damage buff just in general. Absolutely no one at this point is surprised that Raw buffs damage. So I get that it is an option, but it is an option about as interesting as saying, hey, do you want more money? Just get money. Like, yeah. Yeah, more money does lead to more money. Who knew? We want interesting answers. Okay, is it... Was that aimed at this guy? Because if so, that was pathetic. Try again. Come on. You can do it. Fire your shots. I don't think I can see it anymore. I need to scare you out of position. There we are. Yeah, that is pathetic. Okay. Is Mannix going to be any good? Mannix you don't see in a lot of places, so they'd be a bit problematic. What other weirdy bits and pieces could we go for? How about in the corpus? What's in the corpus that's of interest to us? Because if I just grab... Not a lot. Mo is trying to annoy me. Where's our elite crewman? I know I spawned some. There we are. We'll put him on the team. Don't punch them. You have a gun. 27k hit? What? Where did that come from? Oh wait, is he? Yeah, no, he can deal some damage. Okay. That seems to have some potential. Conquilist. Look, if we're wanting to play Caliban, I play Caliban. Now, can you shoot the Osprey? Yes, he can. Okay, good. Lack of armor on corpus units? I mean, yeah, there's a lack of armor, but he's also doing this just thousands of damage. But then sometimes does feckle. It's a weird one. Alright, let's guide him up this way. Come kill the other stuff. Hello? Oh, he went in for the flank. That almost looked smart. So I'll be interested to see how well it takes down the Anatomizer and the Lancer. I don't know how the Lancer ended up there, but okay. Come on! Yeah, it's just taking out another mower. That's it. You've killed all your friends. Now show me what you got against these two. Okay, it seems to be very bad at target selection at the moment. It's getting a bit of work done. Yeah, it's not amazing. It's not amazing. Can I force you off the edge? There we go. Oh, not quite. Oh, and the corpus died. It did 1 million damage, though, so that's cool. Don't corpus guns mostly your puncture due to your mentality and fights a grenade, but now weakness has been switched. You deal an armored and faction boosted damage to everything else. I suppose there is an element of that. Potentially, yeah. There'll only be an element. Does the mind control target receive statuses during the absorption period, or is it already status immune? I don't think it receives any more statuses because it becomes invulnerable. Let's spawn something in and check that real quick, because Foreman is guaranteed status. Status immune. Any statuses that were on it can stay on it, but any new statuses won't be applied during the invuln period for charging purposes, no. You'll want to prime them first. Alright. Just explosive bombs everywhere. Maybe a melee unit? Yeah, let's go for a Grineer battle group. Level 195 again. And we'll grab one of those 6 butchers. Where are they at? No, not the scorpions. Still not the scorpions. Where are you at? There they are. You. Alright, let's see. What can he do? He missed. Oh, he hit to the side. So he's killed a butcher. One next. Kills another butcher. Excellent. Now working through these. Let's armor strip to help him out on that. Come on. I'm seeing a little bit of whiffage in these swings, not gonna lie. You know, I think the guns might have been better. As much as there's the whole taking cover aspect, the guns are just a bit better. Let's re-up that armor strip. And let's drink the cocoa, just to mix up the mess of everything. Yeah. What practical problems? I don't know. Putting Nyx through her paces? Or at least in this case, we're putting the butcher through his paces. Go on, walk forwards, hit them. Go for it. Go on, boy. He missed. Maybe use some cold rocks to help out the gate. Look, the point is that I should be able to mind control him and let him just go attacking. If I need to get involved, I could just kill them myself. So that's the whole idea. Okay. We're seeing some limits of the mind control there. It doesn't help that I was giving them the relatively low boost that was there. If I switch back to the Bursten, because the Bursten kind of shits out damage. Let's give that another run through. Okay, the butchers are on the other side this time. Where are the butchers? Oh, there they are. Oh, I didn't charge up the gun first. No, that's pathetic. I'll get a different butcher. It's fine. Let me just charge the gun on you. There we are. 69,063%. Or 6,963, I should say. It's almost 6969. 117k per swing. That's a little bit better. There we go. Yeah, the multiplier you give them definitely matters. Yeah, there we go. But by the same token, I could probably do that with, say, a Lancer and get even more impressive results. So let's kill all of these lot. Try that with a Lancer. Made our own John Prodman. Yeah. Alright, so resummon. This time I want to do that with a Lancer. Let's first re-up the stacks on our weapons. $70 bonus. Cool. Armor strip. And now he tears through them. Like, this is just... Oh, okay. This is so much better than a butcher. The ranged effectiveness speaks for itself. Yeah, that's just supreme in comparison. Hello, Triv. Overkill? Far from overkill. We ain't anywhere near to the very concept of overkill. I'm still babysitting this guy. But it's babysitting which is leading to results. Man's got a crit there? Yeah, enemies can crit. There's another one. I think he's got a 1.5 times multiplier. My gun's a little stronger. So, let's kill all of those. Let's go for a sentient battle group. Which one do I grab here? Well, if we start by charging the gun, which the headshot? I'm being shoved. Well, that's just mildly menacing. There we go. Nope, I'm not hitting the headshot to charge the gun, damn it. Give headshot. Why do sentients have such tiny heads? Ah, fuck, I'll just charge up for this. 3,000% is kind of pathetic, not gonna lie. But let's see what happens. Which one was mine again? This one. Show me what you got, Battlist. You are the chosen one. Demonstrate how the sentients are amazing. Is it doing anything? I actually can't tell. I fell. That turned off the ability. God damn it. Okay, let's grab you, Ortholist. There we are, 2606%. Let's see, Ortholist, what have you got for us? I'm losing track in all this mess of stuff. Oh, don't push me off the edge. And this is why I'm not a fan of Caliban. Why have you transformed twice just to do nothing? Prime to keep me from getting aggro. I'd like him to get aggro by just shooting, because he spreads rad procs. I just want to see him do something worthwhile. He's been floating most of it. Fuck having sentience for allies. They're pathetic. This is why Ballas lost. They're just... There's just nothing to work with there. Okay. What's in that group? Heavy Gunner, Bombard, Lancer, Butcher. Boring. Boring. Seen it. 2 times Heavy Gunner, 2 times Bombard, 6 Lancer, 6 Butcher, 4 Scorpion, high damage minigun. What? What? It doesn't say a summary on any of the others or anything. That's nothing to do with Scorpions. It's not a unit that spawns. What is this? A description of the Gunner's unit? Description? Oh yeah, heavy melee unit that heals allies with pulses, and then just this. Okay. Well, we won't do that one then. Let's grab these. Let's see. So, first of all, these ones I'm just going to kill for stacks. Thank you. And let's go with... No, I'm curious about just one of you guys. How effective can they be? Well, the dog just ran into me, so we're going to miss half of the units. But go on, show me what you got. Waiting to see damage numbers. There we are, 23k. Okay. I mean, it's dealing damage. What are you shooting at? There's nothing over there. Please stop shooting the man in the wall. And yeah, it jumps up to 80k when I'm armor stripped, of course. Oh, that was a long range mercy kill. I thought. Never mind. Oops. All right, not the most impressive. But how about we have a look at the Hollow-Vein? Kill enemies. Simulate new ones. Let's quickly get a couple stacks on those suicidal dogs. There we go. Where's the vein? Where is it? It should be really easy to find. Oh, there it is. What the fuck are you doing all the way over here? I didn't have the gun charged. Whatever. Alright, so you're over there now. And now you're rolling. Okay. Once you're done cosplaying as a Droidica, can you actually shoot? Oh, for goodness sake, please. Don't be like this. Please! Please! Sonic! Oh my god, why? What is this? Why? Why does every unit suck when you mind control them? Is this what the Murmur does with immortality? Just rolls out? Okay, we've got an attack now. Let's see. Damage incoming. I think it missed. Please. Come on. Just deal some damage. At the end of the ability, we'll see just how much damage it dealt during this entire cast. In another 23 seconds, we're going to see the total it dealt. Do I have to get closer? Is its AI turned off or something? $2,823 damage dealt. It didn't even deal 3k. You know what? Sod it. The Elite Lancers were good. Let's see how well a dog does. That unfortunately did kill a bunch of units just in the casting area, but it's fine. Already 3.4k. Don't know if the ability did anything, but it's trying. There we go. That's a couple bits of damage in, and that's not even armor stripped. Hooray! The dog go chomp. No. Oh, okay, it hit it, and then gave up. I was going to say it wasn't going to hit it, but fair enough. Yeah, not sure what that ability is supposed to be doing to them. Magnetic proc on one of them, I guess. I mean, if anything, this just really shows how the enemies are designed to not just murder us. Because if these enemies were actively trying to kill us, our Warframes wouldn't last 5 seconds. I'm still surprised it's actually hitting that. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I think we've seen everything we need to see here. The options for mind control are a little limited. And I think it really comes down to picking the right enemy. Let's have a look at the lumbering fragment. Let's get some stacks again on the idiot dogs. There we go. Lumbering fragment. Join the cause. Okay, 4,500. Let's see how it does. That's a really long wind-up for a 6.3k slam. Yeah, that's a slow attack speed. That is definitely lumbering. And when you consider that we also want Radprocs to be delivered, yeah. Yeah, I think just the Murmur are not great for Nyx. If I'm quite honest, I think that's just the case. Come on. You missed. Okay. Yeah, we've seen everything the Murmur have to offer. So, out of the Murmur, honestly, it feels like the Anatomizer might be the way. Can you mind control a Rogue Bone Widow or Rogue Void Rig? I highly doubt it. I don't know if we can even spawn them. We can't even spawn them here to test that way, so I'd have to go into a mission to check that one. But I highly doubt we'd be able to mind control them. Let me think then. Pyrodorant? A Pridorant? I don't know why you put that into two separate messages. You know, you do have a space bar rather than an enter key. You can mind control acolytes? Right. Ellie, don't stoop. Phone keyboard? What? How the hell do you blame that on phone keyboard? Hold up. How the hell you blame that on phone keyboard? If I grab my phone right now, I open up just a message. Space is there. Enter key is there. That's two entire separate parts of the keyboard. What the hell you mean phone keyboard? It's not like you typoed. Tiny buttons big. Alright, we got a Muppet. That's what we got. We got a Muppet. Tiny buttons big. Do you even read what you were saying? What am I supposed to make of that? Does it sound like a remotely rational reply? Yes, well, in your world then, perhaps. I'll leave you to it, Pride. You're doing it again. Righty. Let's see if I can test if mind control does the thing we want it to do. To test that, let's grab Augment real quick. This is not the way to build this, but I'm building it like this anyway. There we go. I don't even have any proper energy support on this. Let's just slap on Energize and Steadfast for now. That'll do the trick. What even do I put in the D slot there? You know what? I'm just going to choose Pain. I'm going to put Aviator in there. You're welcome. Okay. So let's head on into the lab real quickly. We're not going to go on Steel Path, we're just testing things. Let's go into the Exterminate. And let's make some noise. Did we check fully if ability damage wasn't scaling, or is it just really low? I didn't fully check Zom, but if 40 is the base we got to work with, and that was after scaling, so not the base, but that was 19,000% higher, I give up on him.
Things are too close. Birds snatch and jump out of nowhere and grab you things. Use the loud metal sticks. Tell those things this is our spot.
Alright, so we want a Necromech to spawn, and then see if we can control it. Everything else is just secondary right now. Just listen out for the alarm and then not actually counter it. In the meantime, enjoy just lore-accurate gunplay from a Warframe. Come on, surely one of you wants to call in a Necromech, right? You wish we would apply high levels to target with mind control? I mean, we kind of can, by virtue of shooting it. That's the whole mechanic. Come on, where's a Necromech spawner? Oh wow, that didn't even have time to split. Yoink. Mind control the Grozling? Too late. It just evaporated. Still no Necromech spawn. Alright. Come on. Did I just get sent back with one enemy again? God damn it. Enemy spawning here. Only the most dangerous, of course. Ooh, Jade Xmas. Alright. Can I very gently tap it? Turn it to my side. There we are. Now I have a Jade Xmas with 43... sorry, 4300% extra damage. 43 times its space. Again, it's an Xmas, but it is a doggo Xmas, so it might do something worthwhile. Well, that's going to do some work. Yeah, okay. Basically spawn camping them. But the slidey worm is getting away. Need to let one of them live to summon a Necromech. I expected they would kind of get around to it on the way over, but that's just based on past experience. Yeah, that Blitz is going to achieve nothing against the Immortal Dog, so now let's see how quickly the dog kills the Blitz. That J-Beam will do the trick. Oh, yeah, that did it. That did it. Pricing, mind control has weird scaling, avoid elemental damage, physical damage mods in your stat stick build, rab procs from Castle Stick. Hold up. Base damage, fraction damage, multi shot mods are taken into account, elemental mods and whatnot aren't. Ah, fair enough, okay. Very, very. When it comes to optimizing that percentage, I'll have a look at that. We're about to run out on the timer. Let's see, how much damage had it dealt? 563,000 damage. That's not bad for this level. Welcome in, Scumbag. Hope you've had yourself a good stream. Welcome to the channel here. Thank you for bringing over your community. Alright. Now, there's no way they're going to spawn a Necromech over here, so let's try and force our way towards a Necromech spawning panel. And see if... that was a clever trap. And see if we can get one to actually activate that. Because I can. Thanks. Is this the route? This is not the route. How's it going? It's going well. We are testing Nyx's functionality, seeing what we can get out of her, seeing what she's capable of in missions. This particular test, I'm trying to find a Necromech spawner. Because I want them to throw a Necromech at me. Oh, I found Extraction instead. Okay. Can they spawn a Necromech here? I think they can. Yeah, they've got consoles. Here we go, finally. Excellent. Just get some charge off of you guys. Oh, it spawned an Xmas one? Alright, that's just a little bit over the top. And I can control it. Okay, yeah. Jadelight Xmas Necromech. On the field. Mind Freak? Not what we're testing right now. Cool. Let's go kill shit, I guess. Don't be me. What? Was there another Jade Xmas around? Wait, when did the ability run out? Oh shit, I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice it had run out, that's what it was. Oh god, yeah, it's resisting the duration. Okay, so that is problematic. And if I... oh, it's dead now. Cool. Because, yeah, if I cast on a normal one... duration 110 seconds. So that's why I was blindsided by it. It resisted the duration. Similar to Acolytes. If you crowd control them, the length of it reduces each cast. That should make things slightly more interesting. Nah, you suck. Kill that one. Ah! Where's that even coming from? Bloody hell. Alright. So we've got a Blitz Doggo. Oh, sorry, no, no, it says Blitz. Did I forget English? Because I'm fairly certain the Blitz Xmas do the line, and it's Arson that does the area. D-E-Y. Why we like this? Anyway, dog has... Oh god, it just ate that. Alright. That'll do it. It finally decided to deal damage and just killed the Necromech. But yeah, again, look at that damage. That damage coming off the Fire Wave was pathetic. Alright, lap time. I think we've seen all we need to see here. There we are. Not getting rad procs to the Fire Wave? That too, yeah. That too. Dogblades have been that way since Whispers dropped. Shows how much attention I pay. I just kill enemy. Good and go burr. Also, assimilates energy drain stat lies at max efficiency. It's not 1.62. When you say lies at max efficiency, what are you trying to communicate right now, Pridoran? What are you trying to communicate? Your field testing rules closer to 0.3. Alright. So, this is currently set on generation not efficiency. It's got drain per second 3.55. If I just slap in efficiency stuff. $1.62. Yeah. Whereas if I take off all the duration related bits and pieces, that's not in the way. Base rate 6.5. Putting this back. Should be 1.62. Alright, well let's see what's going on then. It's affected by efficiency and duration. I mean, every drain ability is. But that should be relatively irrelevant. Once you reach the cap, you reach the cap. So, let's have a look. You're saying it's not 1.62? Let's just pop into a mission real quick. Because if I just stand at the entrance area, I can just have a look at the energy drain. Especially if I do disruption, because there's no enemies at the start. If you surpass max efficiency, Ellie, then it'll just sit there.
I need an associate to bring me the goods Parvos demands. To convey the gravity of my situation.
So, just confirming. The ability definitely says 1.62. Alright. Active cast.
I trust you can and will be that associate.
That is a lot slower than 1.62. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. In fact, if I time it from, say, like 220, if I can get my timer open in time, which apparently I can. Let's see how long it takes to get to 210. I think you are absolutely correct on this. Now, Pride, that just sounds like bug abuse, so I'm not going to focus on that. Here in a moment. Nearly there. There we go. 25 seconds. 25 seconds. So we are using 0.4 energy per second. Damn. That is That is a lot lower than advertised. How much was it before? Are we still perhaps using the old energy drain rate and they just didn't cap it? I didn't put it. It didn't use the channel? Yes, it did. Yes. All the same, that is kind of wild. Alright, well, yep, fair enough. Lots of energy, despite what it says on there. I'm sure once DE come back from the New Year's break, they will just change everything. 4.0 unmodded? If it's 4.0 unmodded... Oh, that indicates issues for DE then. If it's 4.0 unmodded, I put on 90% efficiency and I got it down to 0.5. Oh dear. That certainly indicates an efficiency cap missing. If that's indeed what's going on. But it could just be they put in the wrong numbers. It could be they just put in the wrong numbers. We don't know the ins and outs, but they'll get to it. 4.0 was old? Oh, okay. I see. This is why we use full sentences. It allows you to communicate an entire thought. Alright. Absorbers cheating on the energy drain. Good to know. My god, this thing. Nope, Pry, you can't blame your phone. You put a full stop. You cannot blame your phone. So, overall we've got mind control, can scale up into lots of damage, can get somewhere. NPC AI being NPC AI, you probably want to be picking the ones that use ranged attacks with as little fuss as possible. The more that they focus on things which are not their ranged attack, the less effective they will be. Rapid attacks will spread more status effects because it's guaranteed for hits, so you want that really. Psychic bolts. The overguard stealing is kind of weird. It literally takes that amount, but they also gain it back again if you don't kill them before the ability runs out, which is just a thing. Beyond like level 20 though, the amount you take from them doesn't really matter. As for the other bits and pieces, shield restore is nice, only applies if there's shielded enemies around, but it does give you shields. The armor buff is basically irrelevant. Unless you are truly ultra mega leaning into it, in which case you probably should just be doing something else. Overall though, it's still the good old defense reduction, and it spreads to not necessarily the nearest, but typically the nearest unaffected enemies. Which is good. And the spread seems to be a pretty open end on the range there. In fact, is there even a range stat on this ability? I don't think there is. What's Wiki have to say? Yeah, no apparent range stats. It just has a flat hidden 60-meter targeting range, which is damn high. So that's fine. LOS? Hold on, let's double check. Wiki mentioned that one first. Seek out enemies within line of sight. Okay, fair enough, yeah. So there is that limit. Cool. At least as far as Wiki says, you never know. Overall, Psychic Bolts is still Psychic Bolts, it just has a propagation effect as well now, which does work nicely for allowing the mind control unit to continue to get an effect going autonomously, so that is nice. Chaos, which is over here. Chaos is still Chaos. Chaos Sphere, frankly, I do not see a single use case for it. So I just would not recommend that augment whatsoever. Is there an augment we've not looked at so far? Mind Free, Pacifying Bolts, Singularity. Singularity has some weird shenanigans that could be done with it. I'll come back to that. Yeah, Psychic Augment is its own thing, spreading the radiation effect. It's still only singular rads, but that it's enough to expand on Nyx's passive, which is nice. But for Chaos itself, big ol' area crowd control effect, sure, why not? It's only a soft CC, and replacing it with stuff like Chirinka Pillar is definitely an option. Yeah. And then you got Absorb. Absorb is Absorb is Absorb. There is some shenanigans that can be done with the explosion that you get from the 4, which again needs looking into. But for the main part of it, it's basically just your tank. It's your invuln. That's really the long, short, and all of it. I will say that the weapon damage buff that it tries to give you on coming out of it has never felt amazing to me. If I have a look, I will not be surprised if the wiki says that it is additive. Let's have a quick ganders here. Absorb damage is converted into an additive weapon damage bonus for a few seconds. Yeah. Yeah. When you consider the kind of bonuses that we have on our weapons innately at the high end, hell, even just in normal star chart, that's not really the biggest bonus. Yeah. Pricing. Am an old Nyx main. Full stop. She got some weird synergies. Full stop. I'm going to call them out every time you said your phone was all arguing. They added Chaos Rad sticking on Mind Control. They added Chaos Rad sticking on Mind Control. Mind Control benefit from the damage boost for the remaining duration of Chaos. Added Chaos Rad sticking on Mind Control. I don't know what you mean by that. I genuinely don't know what you mean by Chaos Rad sticking. The proc. No, full sentences. We've been over this once already, Pride. Full sentences. We can see that it gives guaranteed radiation stage chance. But, what else are you trying to communicate? There's a for that lot. Don't need the timer anymore. Zom asking if the augment for the extra bolts only adds them to initial cast. I believe so, yes. The additional bolts on death is still only 2. So we go from 6-2 to 9-2. But you're still getting 2 spread. If you cast it on 9 enemies and then kill all 9 enemies, the result is now 18, up to 18 enemies affected. The procs inflicted by Chaos Cast will persist through a mind control. Which according to the wiki's tips and tricks can increase mind control's damage, target's damage even further. Hold up. Okay. Let's get the tips and tricks page then. Maybe the wiki can explain what the wiki's trying to explain there. Not on the Chaos one, it doesn't. Okay, I'll go to the mind control one. Did I misread? So wiki's tips and tricks, is this just on Nyx herself then, tips and tricks? Nope, that's a trivia page. What fucking tips and tricks page are you reading? Radiation procs from Chaos will not be overridden by mind control, offering an additional 550% damage increase. Separate from mind control's damage absorption. Go free find the source. I'm going to double check what radiation actually does for us, because I think I have a fundamental misunderstanding as to what you're trying to communicate here. Radiation causes nearby enemies to attack everything, including allies, for short duration. Confusion damage increases up to 550% with multiple stacks. I was always under the impression it was damage in, not damage out. Again, I could just be misunderstanding on that. Wiki. Additionally, confused units deal 100% bonus damage to enemies of the Tenno. Ah, okay. Subsequent procs add even more. Right. Right. Okay. So it's not damage received, it's damage dealt. Yeah. It's under ability synergy on chaos. Okay. Let's read how the wiki actually puts it. Radiation procs from chaos will not be overridden by mind control. It doesn't override anything. I don't know why they're framing it like that. It doesn't override anything. When you activate mind control, they go invulnerable, but what was there remains there. It's part of it. So I guess it's saying it doesn't turn off the ability, but that's about it. Bolt's augment spreads rad. Yes, we can read the mod, thanks. It does say that. Engineer, since Summoner's Wrath has both companion and summon damage increase, do you think that would be able to include Nyx 1 if it doesn't at the minute? Sorry, do I think it'll be able to include it if it doesn't at the minute? Well, if it doesn't at the minute, then it doesn't at the minute. I'm not really sure what you're asking on that one. Yeah, stack full red procs that get even more damage to mind control, yeah. Yeah, chaos to target, and then it just has those rads for your mind control to give the effect. Yeah. Probably asking if I think it should. I will not dwell on what I think the game should do too much. If we focus too much on, hey, would it be nice if this mechanic gave buff to this other buff, this buff, buff, next thing you know, your Bratton Mark 1 deals 1 billion damage. And if you consider that a slippery slope, you need to consider how many times a day I get asked, either here or just if I'm in a mission and someone spots me, or if it's on Twitter, hey Ken, what if they buffed this? And they buffed it. I don't have enough of an opinion on it for the majority of things, I'll be honest with you. When you keep dreaming of the game you're not playing, you make the game you're playing worse. So I try to focus more on what we have, unless it just seems completely confounding. Like, what the fuck is this armor buff? Okay, so we got Chaos, Mind Control, Damage Bonus. Let's just pop into the sim real quick and verify exactly what we're talking about on that. To verify that, I won't attack it with the gun. I'll just get the basics. And let's go grab an Elite Lancer. We can set up control conditions.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without...
What I should be able to do is summon one, Chaos, do the thing, and then summon another, so as not to have them overburdened with effects. We're just focusing on the very minimum of criteria. So, spawn in one. Let's get the control test, which is just activate that, wait for it to turn on. There we go. Summon another. See what the damage numbers are. 314. Okay, cool. That's good. Kill the enemies. 314 is the non-crit we were getting there. Now let's do this again. Chaos effect. Oh, I need to mind control as well. There we go. Wait for that to come into effect. It's doing spinny, spinny, spins. It's active. 2k. That's a significant increase. That is straight multiplier. That's not additive. That's just fuck you damage. Alright. So that is a case against Trincapilla, perhaps. Because these Brad procs, they're going to stay for the entire length of Chaos. And they've just run out. Was that the entire length of Chaos with this build? Was that 30 seconds? That ran out pretty quickly.
I am pretty
And we
sure
can't
the number
recast
is
it.
lying. Kinky deal with it. Happy 2025 and happy 40 months.
My oh my, really, it has been quite a while, hasn't it? Thank you very much for the 40-month resub on the channel here. Much appreciated, real lad. And I hope you're having yourself a wonderful start to your year as well. Cheers. So yeah, if I just turn that off and just kind of... Oh look, status effects. Oh look, mind control. Oh look, status effects. They're still there. They run out after their natural time. So if I just... Yeah, if I do the chaos, this... Okay, so it's appeared to turn off mind control. 3... We've got... Sorry, appeared to turn off the chaos. Then the mind control is ticking down. So we'll see with it ticking down, when does the radiation vanish from it? Give an idea as to how long it actually lasts on the target. It's lasting a while. There, 49 seconds left on the ability. So with mind control at a 76 seconds plus the 3 initial startup, 76 plus 3 minus the 49 left, about 30-ish seconds. Chaos, about 30 seconds, yeah. There it is. So for a portion of the ability, a portion of it, because these two are simply always going to be by ratio that far out of whack, for a portion of it, you do get a significant damage boost on your mind control target. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Oh, I'm being shot at. I stepped into the arsenal and turned off the ability. Let's just kill him. He's gone. Okay. So it all comes down to then... Mind control is... It's a crapshoot. If you mind control a shitty enemy, the shitty enemy is going to do shitty stuff. If they end up just bogged down in some corner, hiding behind cover, using their gun as a melee weapon rather than just pulling the goddamn trigger, they're going to suck. If you mind control an enemy that just does not seem to understand how to apply its effects, it's going to suck. If you mind control an Xmas unit expecting more power, it's going to suck. The Jade Xmas gets a pass for being able to kill a couple targets at a time, but that's about it. Beyond that, you've got the damage scaling on it, which is tied in part to just how much damage you can pour into it. Very nice. And with the augment, you can bypass that need a bit by just having a chunk up front, although you can still get even higher with weaponry. And it has a synergy with Chaos, because Chaos has a very long duration rad proc. Or rather, it forces radiation to last for a while, which is effectively the same as a long duration rad proc. Beyond that, then, we got Psychic Bolts. Psychic Bolts is just your good old defense reduction. It spreads. We got all the details. We've gone through that lot. It's as good as it is. Chaos is fundamentally the weakest ability Nyx has, I'd say. It's more broadly effective than Mind Control on its own, but then Mind Control can actually get further. Mind Control's got a niche use with support units. Yeah, there is that as well. Yeah. Chaos's Augment is absolutely pathetic and should be ignored. Straight up. From what I've seen, it might as well just not exist. So if you are wanting a long-term chaotic field, like just a straight-up radiation field, Trinket Pillar is probably better. However, if you are synergizing with Mind Control, if you're min-maxing that, then Chaos is going to be better. And considering that is a 6.5 times multiplier to damage, yeah, that's maybe worth considering. And then Absorb is still Absorb. Yeah, no real change there. The only thing that's changed is the energy drain has been adjusted, so it's not a bastard to use. Excellent. Need a crazy amount of percent to make Mind Control work on its own. Well, we've been demonstrating exactly that prior, but thanks for the recap. Yeah. Bear in mind that the very definition of crazy is going to differ from person to person. Some people will think that 5,000% is crazy. Others will think that 50,000% is just getting started. It's more finding what the crazy level is for people to appreciate it. There we go. That is stacked. Flap. Slap. All the damage into him. And then armor strip the targets he's working with. 211k. Oh dear god. He is one-tapping them. The grenade was 2.8 million. Why does his grenade scale with the damage bonus, but Xmas abilities don't? That's curious. Dead. Yeah, it's a shame that the radiation effect is temporary. I suppose that's just the cost of getting extra bonuses. You invest a lot more. Where's bonus coming from? Which bonus? Grenades treated as abilities? They are. They're blocked by silence. But it's boosted, so it's a weapon ability, I guess? That exists plenty. Bonus damage bottom right? It's part of the ability. You have a base amount of 750%, and you can increase it by damaging the target, or increase it with the augment. You damage a target during the 3-second wind-up. Just straight at part of the ability. And he perished, having dealt 8.5 million damage. What a hero. What a hero. Okay. How stupid can we take this? Try Summoner's Wrath? Not so far. Let's see. Summoner's Wrath. Where are we even looking for that one? Is that one going to be a Warframe Arcane? I don't even remember where Summoner's Wrath fucking sits these days. They add so many things, it's hard to keep up. It's a mod. Or a mod. Squad receives 75% companion and summon damage. Is that even worth our time? Let's have a look here. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Does not affect Nyx's mind control according to wiki. Well, there we are then. Open and shut that one. Alright. Townforge Topaz could give ability damage on Rapact enemies, but is it ability damage? I think it's actually just the weapon damage of the controlled enemy. It's not... Yeah, it doesn't pop up with ability damage color, so I don't think that'd count. What even works with it? Have a look at the wiki if you're curious. I'm not going to read out the wiki to you, literally. Can only Nyx increase the damage by shooting at the mind control target, or can group members help by stacking it? Because every time I see a mind control target, try to shoot to give more damage. Again, let's see. Wiki will be the fastest answer on that one. Wall control, if it's... Percent damage bonus conversion is given by that. Now I want to have any damage dealt by Nyx onto the controlled target is absorbed. So wiki is specifying by Nyx. I would believe it is limited to that then. Curious interaction would be Gruder's Blood Altar plus Nick's Mind Control. I'm not sure what you think that interaction would be, Jozu. What is that going to gain anyone? Probably saying it's whole squad. Okay, right then. Mirrorlabe. Do you wanna Banshee it? You know exactly what kind of thing I'm hoping you can cook with that. Let's bring in Mirrorlabe. For those of you who are relatively new to the channel or just don't keep up with everything, Mirrorlabe is something else when it comes to Banshee play. Mirrorlabe understands Banshee in a way that many can only dream of, and in a way that developers fear. Give me a sec, your Warframe crashed? Just join the squad. How the fuck did your Warframe crash? I'm gonna assume it's working enough. Mirrorlabe's the reason why sonar doesn't work on all targets? Pretty much, yeah. Okay then. If you could remove your companion, just so we don't have that causing any additional effects we don't want randomly. There we are, wonderful. Alright then. Let's get some targets. I see the headshot bonus right there. That did not do what I was hoping. Let me get some charges. Yeah, it takes it off. The sonar vanishes on cast of mind control. Well, that's no good. That is no good. Now, he can still hit them in their weak spots, potentially, if he randomly hits it. Is there another enemy left? There's a couple. Let's see. Do we get some massive damage spikes? Oh, he's just hitting the ground now. Didn't see any. Well, that's a little upsetting, isn't it? Let's spawn in some more. Give him some more toys. He's going to stand all the way over there. Come on, join the fray. Teleport over here. Nope, he's just going to straight up refuse. Seriously, why is he stood all the way over there? Now, actually, I am seeing some higher damage hits. So that would indicate he can benefit from it. It's just on the targets. Oh, he's dead. Alright. Well, that was great. This is without bonuses, so it's not only going to get 3k. Come on, I want to see, like, damage cap from him. Nah, I don't think we're going to see a damage cap Lancer today. It's a nice idea, but not on the cards, it seems. Alright. Well, that takes out a lot of the potential with Banshee. Blood Altar, melee afflictions for damage cap Lancer. Oh, is that what you, Oh, I see. I see. So you put them on the Blood Altar, you pile a load of damage into them, then you mind control them and end the Blood Altar. Is that what you're saying? To test that, Miralabe, would you kindly switch over to Garuda? Not that practical. No, mind control while Blood Altar is... Oh, pry. Active. That's what I said. You Blood Altar, put the damage into them, mind control them, end the Blood Altar. The Blood Altar ends, the damage is dealt during the 3-second window. That's the idea, right? No? Well, that's literally what you're describing, so maybe use a whole sentence again. Come on, communicate it. Other people were like, yeah. What's this magical combo? We'll wait a moment whilst Pride retypes out the thought. We are in Garuda. Sound a bit annoyed right now? If I sound a bit annoyed, it's because I'm communicating with someone who communicates by half sentences, blames it on their phone, and eventually gets to the point. My control won't take ability damage, it's for galvanized aptitude. Okay, right. So it's not to do with that, it's an entirely different process of just stacking some other damage effect on them. Alright. What would work? Honestly, I'm not entirely sure what they're trying to get at, but I think it's something along these lines. Yeah. I think it's something along these lines. Alter allows status effects during mind control wind up. Okay. So you mind control, hit them with Blood Altar, smack them really hard. Status happens, it ticks for a second, and then you move on with your life. I really dislike having to piece together a mechanic, a combo mechanic, half a point at a time. I just... You know exactly what you're on about, Pry. It's just, you're communicating it drip feed, like we're supposed to pay attention to you for half hour, rather than wanting to get on. You wanna hop on PC? Alright, excellent, do that. Sure. Miralabe, let's see if we could just try and half copy what they're on about so far. I'm going to stack up this weapon. What I would like you to do, Miralabe, is as soon as I mind control one of them, you Blood Altar them. I think we'll go for you. Did not see the Blood Altering. And I only hit it for... I didn't even hit it in time, apparently. Try this again. So, get the combo. Mind control. Far too late, it's not even cast. Are you able to even cast it on them? Harmony won't work, it removes DOTs on heavy. It's supposed to deal a fuck ton of damage is the point. Okay, Miralabe, can you just Blood Altar something? I'll see if I can mind control it. People are claiming two different things, and I'm honestly tired of waiting for half points to be communicated. Also, yeah. It's on him, but the mind control makes him immune. Wait, did that pull him out of the Blood Altar? Okay. Right, that's getting confusing. We're not subsuming Blood Altar onto Nyx right now, thank you very much. We have another person here, we can just work it. If it requires all of the possible investments to make happen, quite frankly, it sounds like a YouTube short build where I don't give a fuck because they're just designed to work in the simulacrum or in really contrived scenarios. Haha, funny numbers your way to existence at that point. Let's grab Afflictions here. I literally don't care. Can you just communicate the thing you were trying to originally communicate? That's all you have to do, dude. I've given you this much time because you've had at least some workable ideas for us to work on. But my god, if you stretch this out any further, I will just stretch you off the chat entirely. This target. Alright. I wasn't ready, but thanks. So yeah, we applied some procs to it. It's 750%, it's nothing. Let's cast it the other way around, Miralabe. Cast it the other way around. Let's go for... I know it pulled him out instantly. Let's cast it the other way around. So I'm going to mind control this one in a moment, then you Blood Altar it. That way around. Oh, no, apparently it's not that way around. Prior and saying the trick was Blood Altar, mind control, stat stick damage. Okay. Go right ahead, Miralabe. Blood Altar it. That's apparently how this works. I literally can't increase the percentage. I'm gonna get more just by heavy attacking this guy, aren't I? Yeah. Yeah, and activating Blood Altar on it, reset it to 750. It was gaining damage. Then Miralabe hit it with Blood Altar, and it reset it. Thanks for the synergy, mate. Love it. Amazing percentage. So glad we spent all this time getting there. Check Discord on Warframe channel. What am I about to say? I'm seeing a screenshot using blah 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 blah. Where's just a single message? Do I have to scroll through 15 reactions and micro screenshots? Use Heat Inherit Mechanic, Prime first, stack a lot of Heat procs, then Blood Altar, then Mind Control, one in Blood Altar, then really carefully time the ticks to disable the Mind Control, and reactivate it again on the same enemy. Oh, fuck that. No, literally fuck that. I actually can't be bothered. I don't care what percentage it gets. Fuck that. You know what else you could do? You could just use another Warframe. I don't care what it was you were doing. Your thing doesn't work. Whether patched out or a glitch you encountered, I don't know. And at this point, I really don't care. We went through all of that of waiting for you to figure out how to use just a keyboard option you had the entire time to give us something that even nerfed the basic mind control. So at that point, I really just don't care. Alright then. Bullshit aside, you can still use Nyx to do Nyx things. I can, without having any kind of Garuda synergy, just go pew 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 pew. Oh, would you look at that? He's now got some damage bonus. Let's strip the armor of these things. Huzzah. Please don't hide behind cover. Go shoot the targets. Would it kill him to stick to one target at a time? Apparently so. Yeah. The little synergy can reach damage cap? I still don't care right now. I really don't care. I am absolutely tired of hearing synergy potentials that use this, that, the other combo, bullshit mechanic, whatever. I really don't care right now. It has been absolutely ruinous to try and piece together this idea. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. Nyx could one-shot the map at this point. I don't care. Fair enough, Pride. You go and burn your former. Have a shit day or something. I don't know. You know what else just works? Just playing a different Warframe. I'm saying 99% of people I've talked to say straight up say that it's not super practical. You spoke to 100 plus people about this song? Damn. That's wild. That is wild. Alright, so. Ignoring bullshit shenanigans mind control, the big takeaway is it works with Chaos. Do Chaos first, you get a temporary burst, lasting for a little under half of the mind control duration. Fair enough. And Absorb allows you to just be an immortal tank if you really want to. Just how Ivara can walk through a mission invisible the entire time, Nyx can walk through a mission invulnerable the entire time. Huzzah! And out of all of that, if you struggle to kill the Violent Acolyte in time, you could just slap on silence and you're good. What weapon could I want to try to throw at that face? So, let's just recap on what the wiki says about the damage scaling. So, enemy armor is ignored, as well as target's health, armor, and shield type damage modifiers. Good to know. Physical elements mods not taken into account. Base damage, faction damage, multi-shot is taken into account. Crits are taken into account. Enemy weak spots are taken into account, including the critical multiplier weak spot bonus. Okay. Damage procs applied to the target before casting mind control do affect it. Damage bonus from viral magnetic does not affect it. Unalerted enemies that are mind controlled will be susceptible to stealth damage multipliers from melee attacks over the ability's duration. Okay. During mind control, all damage dealt by Nyx and her allies on the target will be stored and inflicted in full once the ability ends. Yeah, makes sense. Damage dealt by enemies on the target is only nullified and not stored. Okay. While target's mind control, we see the icon. Yep. Mind control does not hinder mission progress. Yep. Okay. And the teleport range is 60 meters. Wow, that is that's a bit of a range. Okay. So, bringing all of this together, what weapon would I want to use to try and make this happen? I mean, I imagine the Latum could be pretty impressive for it, right? I imagine the Latum could get some work done. This is still standard build at the moment. Yep. Now, it's currently got 3 elementals on here, so we could swap that out for other bits and pieces. You just tried later yourself later good? Good to know. Alright. I could get the heat procs from a primary weapon. Get the damage out of the Latum. Let's see. So, in terms of the dash polarity, I've already got anemic agility on here. recognise that. It's a non-crit weapon, so I might be a bit stuck on having the double dash here. Or I could just leave on primed heater charge, to be honest. It'll help getting Cascadia Flare going. Because it's damage, multi-shot, fire rate. We've already got all the multi-shot we're going to be wanting. We've got base damage. Would it just be a case of taking off whatever we need to of these to slap on the Expel mod? Electric's an instant DOT for getting damage in fast enough. Well, you can't activate the DOTs on the target once mind control starts. No, about some bullshit going on. Yeah, let's just remove this, just so I have the capacity. Put on Primed Expel Grenadier, and let's just see what happens. I could put in more effort, but I really don't want to right now. So let's just try that. Not taking other recommendations, just gonna test what I got to hand.
You are a true hunter. Where would the sanctuary be without you?
Weird question, is Acuity crit mult considered an exploit? Bite, I need more context. Mult shot doesn't have Acuities on weapon. What? Did I leave Acuity on here? Acuity is not on here. I don't know what you're talking about. Alright. There we are, got charged. Just need to get the heat procs. Nearly there. There we go. Okay. $3,902%? That's pathetic. Did I have the wrong Evo on the Latum? Was I testing something on it and forgot? I was. Bollocks. Bollocks. Let's try that again. Alright. This is probably going to kill some of them, but we got our stacks. I mean, 4,000 isn't amazing. Genuinely not amazing. No, let's try something else. Because, I mean, this was doing something impressive before. Granted, I have got this river mod for the crit chance, but even then, that's for the context of this, it's just crit chance, so that's not enough. Why is that so much more effective? Oh, should make it crit more? Ah. Yeah, that's not helping, is it? Okay, I mean, I could try Shufty into a crit Latum, but let's just think a moment. Now, there's a reason why Burst is one of my most used. Usually get close to 4k shooting the body with your secondary spore later. Alright. Let's just grab my go-to spore laser setup. Set up to dexterity. Let's set that currently to... Where is it? Flare. And then I can just set my primary weapon to Ignis and just get a bunch of heat procs from that. To devil with the viral. There we go. Let's just fire rate, status chance it. No crits. Screw crits. There we are. That'll do just for this. Don't know why all the enemies are on the left there. That was weird. Okie dokie. Max it out. Yeah, that was an easy 3k. I wasn't even trying to make it good. That was just an easy 3k. Alright. Yeah, maybe the Evo perk isn't working on Latham, because that does happen a lot, doesn't it? Where the perk just doesn't work if it's not a normal enemy to shoot at. So what if... Yeah, switch to that one. Switch to... more headshot damage, sure, why not? That's just irrelevant right now. That's relevant right now. Okay. Do I just lack a crit setup? Yes is the answer. Okay. That's fine. So we'll again do the flare, just to get the easy damage on that. Green bullseye. Hollow point. Target cracker. Y. Want to go fusion, hornet strike. Spell grenade. This feels like a good shout for the circumstances. And then lethal torrent is always a pickup. It's a bit of a jank setup, but it should be demonstrative. We're using no elemental modding on here, so that should cover for that side. Again, what? Some enemies are dice, I'm just gonna get new ones. Get some kills for multi-shot purposes. Well, that's a little bit better. I even did that wrong. Oh, I did it even worse this time. What the fuck? Oh, I ran out of shots. But it's better. Yeah, there we go. That's why I'm not getting the 10,000 I got on the first point, but, you know. Improvements were had. Okay, so, bites written out there, bits and pieces. Okay, so there's a few things that break with Biting Frost, Cascading Accuracy, and Acuity, where it multiplies other crit mods on your weapons and double dips, flat crit bonuses. It's basically a more fucked up Galv aptitude for crit. It's also on Acuity page, but it's been in game for a while. No, it hasn't been in game for a while. Acuity's recently got here. What do you mean it's been in game for a while? Just to remind me, unless I'm going crazy here, primary acuity, yeah, it was literally a few weeks ago. Multi-crit from mods? Oh, okay, then the... We'll point out, Cascading Accuracy also did it for however long it's been around, so this isn't the first time headshot-based crit buffs were effed up. Right, okay. I'll be quite honest with you. If you end up in a situation where the game just gives you a bunch of damage, sure, enjoy your bunch of damage. If de-patch it out, de-patch it out. To call it an exploit would be insanity. Exploit is more along the lines of achieving things with abilities outside of normal gameplay. Killing an enemy is normal gameplay. If I were to shoot this spot here, and every single enemy in a 50-meter radius were constantly dying, that would be an exploit. That's the kind of thing. It really comes down to, are you just doing a lot of math? Or are you fundamentally altering the design of the game? A Loot Cave during Jade mission? Yeah. Yeah, that was one where the enemies were spawning in a particular way, and that was managed in such a way to create absolutely ludicrous output that should not happen. There was not a mere extrapolation of normal gameplay mathematics. Versus, say, stacking a resource booster, a resource drop chance booster, a relay blessing booster, a Necros, a Cora, a Exma Stronghold sortie to get a shitload of Riven Slivers. That's just combining the game's mathematics together. Have at it, King. Yeah, if mods not working correctly were an exploit in itself, we would have all been banned already. Very true, yeah. Yeah, when it comes to just weapon mechanics going wild, the simple one to remember is that Zarta's Whisper, for a very, very long time, was double dipping its damage bonus with the 2000% perks you could get on the original Incarnate guns. As a result, you were getting 11 times damage average from the perk, multiplied by 11 times damage again with the Zarta's Whisper effect, a 121 times damage multiplier. This remained in the game for 2 years, and then just got patched out. Just gone. Sometimes an interaction that looks like a bug will stick around for ages until everyone decides it's a feature, and then it gets removed as a bug. It's just... Go figure. Just go figure. These very lax with bugs in general? They're not very lax with bugs in general, I'd say, no. It's more that this game is so damn complicated, and every single update only adds to that complexity, that the kinds of interactions we're going to see are insane. Don't forget that in this very rework, they addressed how Nyx had confusion effects which were not radiation, despite radiation being the confusion status effect, leading to weird interactions in various places. And yet in the same update they also introduce a whole Warframe around weak spots, but then declare that other weak spot generating frames like Banshee don't count because it would be too much work to make them count. D isn't necessarily lax with bugs, they simply have limited resources in an exceptionally complicated game. Exceptionally complicated. So yeah, that's the way I see it. Nyx is aggressive anti-Sinji with no crit incarnates now. No worse than Eurali or Zephyr, really. Eurali, are you moving? Don't use the later. Zephyr, are you in the air? Don't use the no crit incarnates. Zephyr headshot versus weak spot shenanigans when they don't overlap. I don't even want to get into that, but yes, that exists there. D only has a Sapphire 300. I mean, I don't really know where to place the concept of only into that. I don't know how big or small different dev studios are and who does what. Yeah. It's the old saying, the C in Digital Extreme stands for consistency. How long ago did I coin the phrase, they're consistently inconsistent? How long ago? I don't even know. You don't want to think about what Mirror could do if you did stack weak points? Well, here's the thing, is that I'm not terrified of it for the very simple reason that Mirror in a mission already, without me intending to have this happen, managed to give me negative damage cap on the Amprex. The Amprex. It was better years ago. It is still a capable gun, but it stops rapidly. There are just better things to do. And so how, on stream, some weeks ago, does that then lead to negative damage cap from an Amprex shot? Banshee. Yeah, it is just Banshee doing Banshee things. So the idea that Banshee would become too powerful if these mechanics could be combined, when I can already negative damage cap with Amprex? Sure, I mean, why not? Also, Incarnats are too powerful. Also, Maester is too powerful. Also, not using Excalibur is too powerful. Go figure. So yeah. The idea of D not implementing those mechanics working together because of balance is farcical. And the real reason is, as D stated, that it would just take a lot of effort. So instead we have exceptions and exclusions to the exceptions in a very exceptional manner. And you just have to deal with it. Warframe is, as a result, forever, both in the past and will continue to be, a wiki game. And if the wiki is too much for you, just follow the guide of a creator who's smashed their head against the wall for hours on end to try and get that. Poor Scout catching strays, he always will do. He always will do, because Excalibur is... To call Excalibur vanilla would be an insult to vanilla ice cream. For me, Excalibur is the equivalent to taking an A4 sheet of paper out of the printer and licking it. Even doing that a little bit is an unpleasant experience. The longer I would be forced to keep at it is just not going to end well for anyone. That is my opinion on Excalibur. Why? Because he's boring as shit. Even as the sword frame, he is boring as shit. Even down to summoning his sword, it looks boring. They had to go as far as they did on the character design for Arthur because, by God, if they tried to take the essence of Excalibur and make that his appearance, it would basically just be man. There would just be a sphere where the head should be. Why did you immediately think about a paper cut on your tongue? That would be from Eleanor after realizing that you were licking that sheet of paper. But Mr. Kent near Chromatic Blade, congratulations, there is printer ink on your paper. That's what it comes down to. No, I have no love lost for Excalibur. None. He is the poster child of so many things that DE do, and I intentionally did not include him on the front cover of Tenno's Tome of Warframes, because let's face it, he does not deserve to be there. What about the slash dash combo stacking build? Wow, yeah, combo stacking, that's impressive. Have you ever played Korra? Have you ever played Kalervo? Shit, have you ever played Gara? Atlas, yeah. Ash, fucking even. Don't get me wrong, Excalibur can kill enemies. I think D would have fixed it if their poster child couldn't kill enemies. He excels at junctions? He really doesn't. You want to tell me Excalibur excels at junctions? Really now? Excalibur. That's your pick for excels at junctions. Because I mean I gotta have to wonder what the hell you're doing. Quite frankly. Yep, there we go. Just make sure. Yep. Alright. Steel Path. Let's pick the one to Phobos because, haha. Sergeant Go Burr. Yeah, slash dash is stat stick. Hi, Mac. And you think that Excalibur is the junction frame? You enter as a new player? New player should be using Vault. Excalibur is not the junction frame. It's just not. What weapon was that? That was using a Fatal Teleport Inodem. Which literally everyone going on to Steel Path should have access to. This is when we judge the starter frame options. Vault is great, Bag is great, Excalibur is licking a sheet of paper. It's just how it be. It really is just how it be. Anyway, that's enough on that. We were supposed to be talking about alternative gender Excalibur, which is of course Nyx. Now there was that bit with dispensary supposedly. Without any further changes, let me just quickly slap that into somewhere. You know, it's just start of this. But apparently this has an effect.
Each enemy is more powerful than before.
So activate that. Can't sprint, can't crouch. Activate this. Well, that's silly. That's silly. Yep, okay. Oh, and bullet jump. I feel heavy. Not gonna lie. Yeah, because I can't double jump. But that's just silly. Yeah, so dispensary has that effect. Go figure. Retrieve to set knees from the dispensary. Yeah. That's definitely a bug. That's a bug. Yeah. That one is 100% a bug. Nice invulnerability. Also see Revenant. I mean, yeah, the design of Nyx and Revenant is quite similar. Mind controlling enemies, having a wide effect on the area, having a damage aspect of your fourth that can be useful, but a lot of people look past because why would you? Invulnerability, just ridiculous manners. Yeah, a lot of similarities. Do I know that Arcane Avenger works during a simulate? Makes sense. Dispensary acts as an animation cancel, so it re-enables parkour when it cancels the assimilate animation. I see. Right, okay. Fair enough then. Assimilate Nyx is just better Valkyria. Where's the lie? Where's the lie? Yeah, honestly. Alright. I am rambling at this point, so that is, unfortunately, all that we have time for today. We're not going to drag this on into oblivion, but we've had a look at what Nyx is capable of. I'm going to do some tinkering off camera at some point and turn that into actual builds, workable builds. Now we've got all the theory down. But that is all that we're looking at today. Because I don't think my ISP's gotten any better, we're not going to raid on out of here, so we're just going to wrap it up where we are. I hope you have enjoyed this little foray into what Nyx has to offer, and the shenanigans that apparently did not shenanigan. They are shenanigan in a lot of cases, it seems. I'll catch you all in the next one on Wednesday. Bye-bye.